Everyone thinks the Sony XAV-AX6000 is the no-brainer wireless CarPlay and Android Auto upgrade, but here's the thing, you probably shouldn't buy it, at least not before you know the problems I uncovered. Because while it nails some core features, there are real-world quirks and limitations that can make or break your install. I spent 2 weeks daily driving with a certified refurbished AX6000, testing it in bright sun, late-night commutes, and on rough roads. I pushed the audio tuning, ran it with amps via the 5V pre-outs, and connected both iPhone and Android. The hype, partly true, but the hidden friction points, that's what nobody tells you. Before we dive into what I discovered, quick heads up. If you're already convinced and want to grab the AX6000 at the best price, there's a link below. But stick around, because a few of these findings might change which version you buy or whether you buy it at all. Here's why I bought it. My old head unit struggled with wireless connections and washed out in sunlight. I needed an anti-glare screen, rock-solid wireless CarPlay Android Auto, and better audio tuning for a new amp and sub. I was hopeful. Sony's interface is usually clean, the 6.95-inch capacitive panel looked promising, and the compact rear chassis would simplify installation in my 2015 Civic's cramped dash. I tried 2 other units last year. One lagged like crazy with Android Auto, the other had great sound but dropped CarPlay anytime I hit a dead zone, so I went in skeptical but optimistic. The AX6000's 14-band EQ, time alignment, and 5V front-rear sub gold-plated preamp outputs suggested a serious upgrade path. Plus, this unit being manufacturer refurbished with a 90-day limited hardware warranty felt like a safe way to test Sony's newer platform without paying top dollar. Testing, round 1, boot and connectivity. From key on, the AX6000 reached its home screen fast about 5-6 seconds. Wireless CarPlay consistently handshook in roughly 10-12 seconds after that. Android Auto was a touch slower at first boot of the day, around 15-18 seconds. Nice. Responsiveness on the touchscreen was snappy, with gestures and map pans keeping up. But then came the first hiccup. On 3 separate drives, Android Auto dropped its wireless connection once about 20-25 minutes in. It reconnected automatically within 10 seconds, but if you're mid-navigation, that's annoying. iPhone held steady, only dropping once in 2 weeks. Solid overall, but not flawless. Round 2, screen visibility and controls. The anti-glare coating is legit, fewer reflections than glossy competitors. In direct midday sun though, brightness still tops out at good, not great. If your dash sits high and forward, expect moments where dark maps look a bit muted. Another thing, no volume knob. The capacitive buttons along the bottom are responsive and look clean, but on bumpy roads, tactile control is missed. If you rely on steering wheel controls through an adapter, that mitigates it, but not every car integrates perfectly without an interface module. Round 3, audio tuning and outputs. This is where the AX6000 shines. With the 14-band EQ, subwoofer level control, and time alignment, I dialed in front staging and tightened up bass in under 30 minutes. Feeding an external amp from the 5V pre-outs resulted in cleaner signal and less hiss than my previous 2V unit. Vocals centered nicely after time correction, and there's genuine headroom. But here's where it gets interesting. The deeper settings are a few taps buried. Not a deal breaker, just know you'll be menu diving more than on some Kenwood/Pioneer layouts. Also, there's only one dedicated camera input out of the box. If you wanted multiple camera angles, you'll need extra hardware. Round 4, install and build. The compact rear chassis made this a breeze. In my Civic, more room for harnesses and the Maestro SWC box. The faceplate fit is tight, minimal bezel, and it looks OEM+. Wireless performance definitely benefits from proper antenna placement and cable management, but then another catch surfaced. The unit I tested has a single rear USB connection. If you plan to run both a USB drive and tethered phone at the same time or want easy front access, you'll need to plan your wiring carefully. Also, because this listing is a certified refurbished model, you're looking at a 90-day hardware warranty, not a full year, which matters if you're risk-averse. The biggest surprise. The AX6000 is not the flashy spec monster, it's the quiet performer. Despite the occasional wireless hiccup, day-to-day it just works. The UI is clean, transitions are fast, and audio tuning flexibility punches above its class. I invested roughly 20 hours of install, tuning, and drive testing, swapping between an iPhone 14 Pro and a Pixel, and the consistency with CarPlay was on par with pricier units. Compared to alternatives, here's the trade. Some Kenwood and Pioneer models give you more camera inputs or extra customization up front, but their interfaces can feel busier, and pre-outs are often 4V. Sony's 5V outputs and anti-glare screen combine for a genuinely better sound-first experience, if you value audio quality and a minimal UI. Now, about the too good to be true factor. The price you're seeing for a certified refurbished unit can be compelling, and the rating hovers around 4.4 stars for a reason. But the refurb angle means shorter warranty, and QC can vary. If your install needs dual cameras, a volume knob, or maximum brightness for a convertible or truck with a high, sun-soaked dash, this might not be the best fit. If you prioritize audio signal purity, clean aesthetics, and a shallow chassis for tight installs, it's kind of a killer setup. Now that you know the real strengths and the gotchas, here's the move. If the single camera input and no knob aren't deal breakers for you, grab the AX6000 while the refurbished stock is still around. Links in the description for the best current price. If you need multicam or a knob, I'll also link solid alternatives. Bottom line, don't buy the Sony XAV-AX6000 blindly. Buy it for the right reasons. For drivers who want fast, clean wireless CarPlay, Android Auto, strong audio tuning, and 5V pre-outs in a compact chassis, it delivers. For folks who demand multiple camera inputs, a tactile volume knob, or ultra-bright screens in harsh sun, look elsewhere. I'm keeping it in my daily because it sounds fantastic, looks OEM, and mostly just works, with a few quirks I can live with. Choose based on your priorities, not the hype.